There we go, everyone. Very, very, very warm welcome. It is 7 o'clock UK time and it is Sunday the 7th of August 2022. So today's session is a little introduction to Quickstep. Now, all these classes, if you follow my channel, are solo dance classes. Yes, we dance with partners in the ballroom, in the dance studio, but for the purposes of learning at home, there is nothing better than getting the hang of your own steps, getting your own body under control and learning a little bit about the dances. And obviously, in the last couple of years, while people have been stuck at home for a lot longer, we have been dancing on our own, and it seems to be working so that some people can join in when they can't always get to a class, and also if you don't have a permanent dance partner. Sometimes dance classes are a little bit hard to join because they say you must bring a partner. Something I always found very, very frustrating when I was younger, when I didn't have a permanent partner to dance with all the time, and you want to go out dancing and socialise, but you don't have someone to go with you. So that's a little bit about what we're going to do today. Learn a little bit about the Quickstep. Now, if you enjoy this little introduction, once we've finished today, in about 40 minutes time, have a little look through YouTube and have a little look at some of the professionals doing Quickstep. It is quite spectacular. You've seen it on Dancing with the Stars, Strictly Come Dancing, that sort of thing. But if you look at some of the professional competitions, where it is actually just 6 couples in the ballroom, and they are the world-class dancers. Look at the competitions at Blackpool, just type it into YouTube, professional ballroom dance. It is something quite magical. Now, I teach international, and international style means that we stay in hold with our partner. We don't break from that hold. However, I like to introduce some of the American smooth aspects to the dancing when we're practicing solo and when we're doing these little fun routines from home. So a lot of the American smooth waltz and foxtrot, we break from the partner, we can do these beautiful turns underneath and so on. And whilst you don't see American smooth Quickstep danced in the American smooth competitions, I like to add those aspects in. So if you are a traditional international dancer and you've done a few lessons and you're thinking, what on earth is this woman doing? I haven't got it wrong. It's just that we're solo dancing for pure pleasure and exercise from home. So I would like you to enjoy this, and let's put a little bit of flair. This is our Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers moment in the living room at home with nobody else watching. Okay, the great thing about YouTube, not like Zoom, I can't see you, you can just see me and nobody cares what you look like. Sometimes the Zoom classes, you don't always want to put your camera on because you think, oh, someone's going to be looking at me. So that's what we're here to do today. So let me just take a step back and get my feet into the shot there. Hopefully that's nice and easy for you to see. Now, Quickstep moves at speed around the ballroom usually. However, we don't have that luxury at home. So if you have a little look, I have a window behind here. It's actually just got very sunny. It's been extremely cold, especially for July and August. Very cold here. I'm in Belfast. Well, I'm just outside of Belfast, but I'm living in Northern Ireland. We teach in Belfast and we live just outside of Belfast. Particularly cold the last couple of weeks. Now, this window has obviously lots of sunshine behind it, so unfortunately I had to close the curtains, but you can see that trying to shine through. I am only going to dance about the width of the curtains, and you can do the same. So let's move whatever you need to in your area to watch this. If you have a coffee table, move it. Please don't fall over the coffee table. If you have children or pets that are likely to run under your feet, see if you can maneuver them out of the room just for the next half an hour, okay? And obviously if you're watching this on catch up in the future, you can just pause this, come back to this at a time that's suitable for you. But you only need to put your arms out and be able to step slightly to one side or the other, and then you will have enough space. Okay, now that's the health and safety warning. You might need some water close by, and we're going to do a little warm up for our joints before we start doing anything too crazy, okay? So let's do a small warm up for our joints. I'm going to put a little bit of music on. Nothing too crazy. nice shoulder rolls, take them back. Now when we start the quick step, I will be facing the front. You'll see me from behind. Too difficult to do all that mirror image thing. Just need to copy yourself on from behind. Together. Can we go the other way? Make that circle a little bit bigger. Good. Now, slight bend. Now breathe. I'm going to go back a little bit so I get the shot. It's like that sort of lift music you get. Little plie down, big bend up. Now little slide. Slide. Now whatever you're wearing on your feet, be conscious of the floor that you have at home. Just check you're not too slidey and you're not too grippy. If you're struggling to move, pause the video, get some different shoes on. You want something that's not too grippy. Be careful if you're on carpet. You don't want carpet burns on the bottoms of your feet. Make sure you're wearing something. Definitely not flip-flops. Big circle, what are? And again. Small plie down. Hands on hips. Small bend. And again. Small twist. Can we take those arms up to chest height? Small twist. Open those arms out. Make sure you're not going to touch anything. Guys, let's face the front. Side, close, side, tap. Side, close, side, tap. It's just for the warm-up. But remember this, because we have a step similar coming up in a minute. Side. There we go, guys. Just a gentle warm-up. So let's take a little look at the style. So the quick step takes a lot of elements from Charleston. So if you YouTube and search Charleston dance, you will see lots of really, really crazy moves from the 20s and then into the 30s. So we take a lot of that energy and those kind of cool moves and we have to translate that into dancing with our partner. So the first thing we're going to do is take our arms up to a neutral practice hold. Now what does that mean? If you've never danced before and you're intrigued, when we dance with a partner in the ballroom, the leader holds their left hand here and their right hand around the back of their partner. And the follower puts their right hand up and their left hand on the shoulder of their partner, their leader. And this arm, follower's left and leader's right, are loosely connected. Okay, now they're not pushing down with the weight on each other. They're touching, so skin to skin or t-shirt to t-shirt, that's touching, but we're not pushing down on our partner. So when I say neutral practice hold, I don't want to hold my arms as a leader or a follower when I'm dancing solo. I just need them up in the rough position, and I tuck my tailbone under, roll my shoulders back and down. So I'm standing proud. I call it, this is just hanging out, chatting to your friends. This is upright, engage the shoulders, engage the core, not slouching, head up, shoulders back, relaxed and down, and take that neutral position. If you are running out of space at the front, bring the hands very, very, very slightly in towards your chest. If you don't have room, sometimes I'm up at the front and I think, well, I'm going to start twisting and I'm going to bash the curtains. Okay, that's not as important about them being out in front. But the elbow position and the alignment from the shoulder to the elbow, that's what's important. Okay, so you can bring them in here, but I'm going to keep them up there. Now we're going to move to the left-hand side of the space, and we're going to do a living room version of our progressive chassis. Now a chassis just means side, close, side. We started that in the warm-up. Side, close, side. Chassis appears in many, many dances, okay? In lots of ballroom dances. We have it in the jive, we have it in the cha-cha, we have it in the quickstep, but the process of chassis appears in many other dance styles, okay? And it's a term, it's just a loose term, which means to open, close and open, and it can be done in different directions. So looking at the chassis in the quickstep, it's called progressive because we continue down the route. So if I did this, back, side, close, side, forwards, side, close, side, back, side, close, side, I'm progressing from one side of the room to the other. Now in that example, I was dancing the followers' steps. Here. Back, side, close, side, forwards, side, close, side. So the followers' dominant foot is the left foot, okay? Back, side, close, side, forwards, side, close, side. So if you're dancing as a follower, dominant foot is the left foot. Now if you're dancing as a leader, your dominant foot in the ballroom would normally be your right foot. So you'll be going here, back right, forwards right. Okay, let's do that again. Because in a minute I'm just going to explain to you that I'm not being a leader or a follower. I'm just doing nice quick step moves equally on each foot so that you can see them. Right, side, close, side, right. Side, close, side and right. So in a minute, certain parts of the little routine, I will say to you left foot leading or right foot leading. Okay? So we will either be going back on our left, side, close, side and forwards, or back right, side, close, side and forwards. Now I'm going to show you that again and break that down, because what I've actually done is joined the followers and then the leaders' steps together, one after the other, and that takes us from left to right and right to left, which we wouldn't normally do in the ballroom because we always go around anti-clockwise, always one way. So this is purely for the living room, and if you're a leader or a follower, it doesn't matter, you're just practicing both. Okay, let's take a look at that full step. Back, side, close, side and forwards. Weight is on the left foot, but instead of continuing on, I'm going to go back on my right now. Back, side, close, side, forwards. Back left, side, close, side and forwards. Right foot leading, back, side, close, side and forwards. Left foot leading, back, side, close, side and forwards. Right foot, back, side, close, side, forwards. So hopefully you can see that. Now, when the music comes on and then we're going through the routine, I won't have enough time to say every single step out loud, so I will just say V, like the letter V, okay, V shape, because we're going from left to right, it is a V shape, okay, that's it, V shape, okay, and that fits beautiful in the small environment. Music, a lot of the swing music, okay, the swing music from the 30s and 40s is perfect. I am restricted with YouTube copyright, so I've found some songs online that I believe are not going to get me in trouble for playing on YouTube. These should be okay. 2 of these have come from the YouTube audio library, so I know they're definitely okay. Let's put them in. If you're interested in listening to music that would be what I call, modern popular music, in the link below in the description, I have put a link to my Spotify playlist for my Quickstep music, so you can just click on that link. But if you just have a little look, or whatever music platform you usually use, Quickstep music, and you will find, and it's upbeat and it's lively and it's fast. I'm going to slow this down so that we don't get too quick. This one's got a slight country feel. There's a lot of background for country music. Quick step. Two steps sometimes it's called. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and slow. Quick, quick, slow, slow, slow. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Even a bit of swaying. Make it smaller if your space is smaller, but I'm trying to stay with my curtains. And let's pause it there. Now, if you watch Dancing with the Stars or Strictly Come Dancing, you will notice the judges talking about rise and fall and footwork. What does that really mean? Well, it's the way we place our feet on the floor. How do we use our foot? Do we put the heel and then the toe? Do we go toe and then heel? Are we flat on the floor, like we're going for a walk? Or are we on our little tippy toes, running? Is it like we're creeping in at 3 o'clock in the morning and we're trying to creep in without someone finding out that we're really late? Okay, so it's how we put the foot on the floor, along the floor, whether we go live, whether we use the toes or whatever, okay? So in this example, ball of the foot goes first. As I go to do my side chassé, toe, 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 lower. So balls of the feet during the chassé. Gosh, that's a lot to keep saying. Down, ball, 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 lower. Heel. And then you're going to go back. Go down. So I'm going down into the ball and then lower in the heel. Up onto the toes. So there's a ball, 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 lower, heel, ball. Ball, heel. Ball, 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 lower, heel, ball. Down. Up, up, lower. Down. Down. Up, and lower. Okay, so we're just traveling through. Think of it like a wave. We've got to go down, up, down, down, up, down. Okay, so we're riding this wave. It's constantly going down and up and down and up the whole time. Okay? Should feel reasonably natural once you've done it a few times. So that's the basic step. Let's look at a lock step. Second most popular step in Quickstep, okay? Now I would say as a beginner, if you learn the progressive chassé, which is the basic step that takes you around the room, if you learn the lock step and you learn a spin turn, which is most commonly used in the corners, they are the 3 core steps that will see you round the dance floor, okay? That is it, all right? 9 times out of 10, if I'm taken for a social quick step, that's the steps that the man or the leader will take me for, and I will get those the whole way through. It's not till you get a little bit more experience that you start leading some of the other figures, okay? So let's look at the lock step, and again I'm going to do it backwards and forwards. One of those steps will be done by the leader and the other would be done by the follower, but again we both do both. So at different times during the dance, the leader or the follower can be doing a back lock step, and at another time the leader or the follower, either or, can do the forwards lock step. So it doesn't matter, backwards or forwards, but the steps are the same. Let's start with the back lock step. I go from the front left-hand side of my space. Back, back, cross, remove the foot, one more back, okay? Let's look at that again, because we've got timing and footwork to put in. Back, back, cross, remove, and back. Now if I was dancing, I would continue moving back. Okay, the next step would be continuing on backwards. There might be some rotation afterwards, but it would be moving backwards. Okay, in a minute we're going to go forwards. But let's look at the footwork. Going down, going up onto the ball. As I cross in, I'm on the ball of both feet. I transfer the weight to that left leg, I just crossed it in. I pull the right leg out, and then I'm going to start to go down. Okay, so let's look at that a little bit quicker. Down, up, 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 lower, down. Okay, and again. Down, up, up, from up, down and lower, and then down. Slows and quicks to add in. Slow, quick, quick, slow, and slow. Okay? And go again. Slow, quick, quick, slow, and slow. Let's do that going forwards. I'm going to start getting this right hand side of your space. Go forwards. Now when we go forwards and it's slow and it drives low into the floor, on the way forwards the heel goes first. On the way back it's the ball, but on this one it's the heel. Heel, toe, cross in behind on the toe, come out on the toes, then lower. And then heel on the next one, even lower. So we go the ball, ball, lower, and then right down into the heel, riding that wave. Down, up, 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 lower, down. There is a gentleman on here, on the YouTube, called Ballroom Mastery TV, a chap called Vaughan. I highly recommend if you start to get into the ballroom dancing and you're taking it a bit more seriously, that you look at his channel. He is an expert teacher. He's breaking things down and he goes really technical. He has some great little live streams. He's got a much better setup. He's far more technical than me, so he's got setups for the cameras on him, his feet, and so on. So I would recommend looking at Ballroom Mastery TV for some in-depth detail in waltz and quickstep and the dances that you want to look at, and follow him because he has some really, really great tutorials. Now he is focusing on people dancing together and doing it exactly as you would find it in the ballroom. So it is getting a little bit more serious, whereas I'm doing this for you for fun, for exercise, for solo, and just to make up some nice little routines for a few minutes of, you know, me time, downtime, fun time, okay? But just to let you know, Ballroom Mastery TV, chap has got some really good stuff, so if you really want to drill into the detail. We're going to link our two steps together. I'm going to do the V-shape basic, there and back. Then I'm going to do the lock step backwards and the lock step forwards, and remember this is adapted for our living room. So let's look at this all together. Back, side, close, side, and forwards. Back, side, close, side, and forwards. Back, back, cross, back, one more. Forwards, forwards, cross, forwards, one more. That one more step, that extra step, is the step that I have added in for the purposes of this lesson, and so we can practice these techniques. You wouldn't automatically have that particular step, even though it's just one step forwards or one step back. There may be something else that could be happening if you were dancing with a partner in the ballroom. So that is slow, quick, quick, slow, and then slow afterwards, and that would normally be the first step of the next figure, okay? So the lock step on its own is slow, quick, quick, slow. This extra slow is me adding that in because it would normally become the next step of the new figure, okay? But I like to put it in here so we can get onto the other foot and go forwards, but it's not strictly part of the lock step, it's the new exit step, should I say, for the next figure. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to grab some water. You might want to do the same. So let's do this V-shape basic. So we're going slow, quick, quick, slow, and slow. Slow, quick, quick, slow, and slow. Slow, quick, quick, slow, and slow. And slow, quick, quick, slow, and slow. Back, lockstep, settle. Forwards, lockstep, settle. Back, back, cross step, and back. Forwards, cross in, and there. Okay, let's put some music on. Five, six, seven. Back, side, close, side, forwards. Back, side, close, side, forwards. Lockstep. Slow. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Basic. Let me turn that up. 5, 6, 7, and lockstep. Go back. Basic. Pause. Okay, so we've done our basic V-shape and we've done our lockstep. Now I said to you about the spin turn being the most useful. So I'm actually going to give you a living room adapted version of the spin turn. Now the spin turn normally takes you around as this. This is the followers. Back, side, close, forwards. We spin. And then we go off this way. So I just wanted to let you know that if you were to do that, and this is the first time you're looking at this, you'd be like, my goodness, where we're going around the room, I have no idea what's happening. So we're going to adapt it for the living room and to make it easier so we can see it. We're going to do back, side, close, side. We're not, we're just going to do this. I got lost. Back, side, close, forwards, side, tap, exit. Okay, this is totally under-rotated for the purposes of the living room. Back, side, close, forwards, side, tap, exit. Okay, you'll be fine. Slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, slow. Now when I did the little tap and the open, I used one slow count, but there's two actions. So I did tap, open. I'm actually going to do this a little bit more facing the curtain so you can see. Back, side, close, forwards, side, brush in, brush out. Now your natural exit would be forwards and then a side, close, side. So I'm actually going to shorten my step and do it so you can see this fully going across the screen. Back, side, close, forwards, side, tap, exit, forwards, side, close, side. So if I take that middle rotation out and stretch and lengthen that spin turn action, this is the followers steps, that's how it will look. Back, side, close, forwards, side, brush in and out, on we go, side, close, side. Okay, now let's have a little look at what the leader would normally be doing, okay? So the leader would normally be doing this. Forwards, side, close, back, rock, swing, back, side, close, side. And like I said when I did the follower steps, the leader ends up facing the back of the room, turning around, and if you're just beginning, you're trying to do this at home, it all becomes a little bit too much. So I'm going to give you the underturned option for the leader. Forwards, side, close, back, rock, open, back, side, close, side. Okay? So this is where I've taken out the rotation so we can learn this just here in the living room. Forwards, side, close, back, rock, side, back, side, close, side. Okay? Once more, and then I'm going to go back to the followers, and then we're going to link these things together. Forwards, side, close, back, rock, side, back, side, close, side. Guys, this is the hardest step that we've got. Let's go back to the followers option without rotation. Back, side, close, forwards, side, tap in, tap out, forwards, side, close, side. Okay? Now, let's look at just one little linking step. I said this is only going to be a short class, just to give you some ideas, 40 minutes or so, so I don't want you to get too confused. If you were practicing this and you fancied being just doing the followers steps, okay, you could go back, side, close, forwards, side, brush in, brush out, forwards, side, close, side, close your feet in on another slow and wait, and then you can practice the leaders. Like I say, let's not get too worried about this, but we're going to call this our YouTube spin turn, and it's going to take us from left to right. Now I'm going to do the second version, okay? Forwards, side, close, back, rock, open, back, side, close, side, and close. Gives me the opportunity to do it back the other way. Let's do it. Here we go. Back, side, close, forwards, side, tap in, go out, forwards, side, close, side, close. Forwards, side, close, back, rock, side, back, side, close, side, and close. Back, side, close, side, side, brush, out, forwards, side, close, side, and stop. Forwards, side, close, back, rock, side, back, side, close, side, and close. This is a really, really challenging step as a beginner, okay? So don't worry too much, okay? You've got the video, you can pause it, you can rewind it, you're watching it on YouTube, you can adjust the little cog to slow this down. We're going to dance one more song. I'm going to put all those steps in with that next song. Let's see where we get to, and then I will leave you to practice this in your own time. There's no point moving on to loads of extra content. You need to practice these steps, get the hang of it, and then look at one of my other videos at some point in the future. Okay? So let's go with the music. Let's go with the original song that we had. V-shape basic. Let's practice that a few times. Again. Back, side, close, side. side, and close. Now guys, this is normally the time when I ask if anyone live has any questions, wants to put anything in the chat. I can see at the moment there is no one on live. It tells me a little bit in the top screen there, which is absolutely fine. I'm a very new channel and I appreciate that it's very rare that someone would come on and view me live, but the purpose of this is to expose my content and to try and gain some followers. So, if you found this useful, you're watching this at some point in the future, hit the like button or hit the subscribe button so you get the and obviously get the little notifications if you want the notification bell on. But the main thing that's important for me is the subscribe button because we're trying to build that following. So doing any of those things tells YouTube that you like this content and it is helpful. Okay, questions and queries, write them in the comments in the future. Anything you want me to help you with, but there's a lot to practice there. Stop the video, go back, rewind, and so on. So, thank you so much for those of you that are watching this in the future and helping support this channel. I will say good night, and if you are joining me on Sunday the 7th of August, which is right now, in a little bit, at about 40 minutes time, 8:30 UK time, I will be doing the improvers where we're going to add on way more than this. But guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in another video shortly. Bye-bye.